Hi, my name is David Leander. I graduated in 2010 from the College of Arts and Sciences, where I studied material science, economics, and Spanish, as well as global health as a minor. So right after I graduated, I started working at Epic Systems. It's a healthcare software company up in Madison, Wisconsin, and that's what I still do today. I'm a project manager for the implementation. So in terms of global health, it really led me to want to stay in the healthcare field. I guess granted today I do more project management, more kind of like a consulting career, but I'm still very interested in like the reporting side of healthcare and healthcare analytics with IT. A big reason why hospitals buy these systems is so that they can do reporting and do things like syndromic surveillance, things that are more public health, global health related things that I get excited about. Sure, I studied abroad in Mexico City in 2008, and it was a great program. It was a great experience, especially for me as a Spanish major. It was a really good opportunity to use my language skills and really get that culture experience that the classroom lacks. So I did enjoy that a lot. In terms of how I brought that back, more so in my undergrad career. So one of the things that I did as an undergrad through the Maybe Fellowship is that I did a research project with prescription medicine and the prescription medicine and the availability of prescription medicine instructions in Spanish that I did in Pilsen over here in kind of the west side of Chicago. And so kind of from my experience in Mexico and kind of understanding how the pharmacies worked in Mexico is very different than how they work here. So it was interesting to see kind of how cross-culturally that was happening in the United States. So in terms of what I did with my mentees, I think for me it was really fun to kind of pick their brain about what they thought they wanted to do and kind of the direction that they were headed. I think especially as a Northwestern undergrad, it's very easy to get stuck in like the pre-med mentality and just want to follow that and just go with the flow with pre-med. So I think it was a good challenge to kind of dive into like what other opportunities there were in terms of being in the healthcare field. And I think that's what I brought with my current professional experience, working still in the healthcare field, still getting that close proximal contact to the provision of care, but yet not being like a physician or being in that sort of role. So I think for me and my mentees, it was a good experience to kind of talk through like what are the other options or what other things are you considering outside of the whole pre-med mindset. So yeah, I hope it kind of opened their eyes to what other things are possible and not just getting them stuck in the pre-med track. And I think that another thing too that I think was valuable was just having another set of eyes look at their resume, look at how they were doing in terms of their interviewing skills. I've done some work with my company to interview candidates for Epic, and so I think that just getting that experience of that initial feedback and things like that are helpful for getting them ready to apply for a job or apply for an internship or fellowship. I think for me it was really a good experience to kind of, as I'm asking these questions, kind of reflectively ask myself those questions. And so actually recently I decided to, I'm actually going to quit my job at Epic and I'm going to go into try to become a doctor. So kind of going through that process of asking the questions about what do you really want to do, like what really drives you, things like that, and looking at kind of the asset map and looking at things that are those tougher questions. I think now, kind of 3 years out of college, I was able to give it a different perspective, and so I think that's what I got out of it. Getting just another kind of run through of those questions that I'm asking the students, I think was a good experience. Current students, I would definitely say take advantage of getting in touch with professors and really utilizing them as a resource. One of our former professors, Professor Barden, I worked with her pretty closely to apply for the Maybe Fellowship, and I think a large part of why I got it was because she was able to give me that real world experience that she had about, well, you need to make a budget, this is a realistic budget, this isn't, you need to write a good proposal, things like that. So I'd say definitely take advantage of the professors that are at Northwestern, because they do have a wealth of experience and knowledge, and because it is, the classes are smaller, you're able to really easily get that, and they're really, at least from my experience, they were really excited to help you through your you're finding your way through Northwestern. So I'd say definitely take advantage of those opportunities, and don't be afraid to look outside of the Northwestern bubble. Like when I did research out in Pilsen, I think that was a great experience to get to know another side of Chicago and kind of go outside the Northwestern Evanston bubble. This is a hard question. I would say, you have to really focus on your relationships with people and really focus on maintaining those. And even if you don't like the person you're working with, at the end of the day, you're your colleagues and you have to work with them. So I think that's really important to keep in the back of your head at the end of the day. So I'd say relationships are really important. Our motto, oh man. Not really, just kind of carpe diem. Just go with the flow, and just carpe diem. It's very cliche, but yeah.